A couple things that I always like to go through is one of the natures of, when I grab the quote here, of the different things that put everything together in this. There's a great quote from Dr. Jerome Lejeune. He is a Swiss geneticist. His cause is up for canonization. He's one of the most famous physicians from the 20th century. He discovered the gene that created Down syndrome, amongst many other things, and has done massive work for people that have had genetic abnormalities from differing things early on. He's a just very famous geneticist, extremely holy man. And this puts a lot of the teachings that the church have back to the nature of love, like we're saying on this continuum, that things that we should avoid because they're sinful, not because sex is bad, but because it's so good, and to use that in a one-flesh union, to not use these things that become pervasive and get through different things. So this kind of sums up within one paragraph a lot of the things that the church is trying to get the world to understand and to grow with. Lejeune says this: to disassociate the child from love is, for our species, a methodological error, right? That children flow from love. As we started off with the discussion about, it's not just there's this one flesh union, that it bespeaks and moves into more life. That a sexual relationship intrinsically is about, not solely about, but it cannot have the element removed of it that is procreative. It involves having children and a family. It gives life, not contraception, but conception with life, not against it. So contraception, as he says, which is to make love without making a child, right? It's split. Or artificial fertilization, which is to make a child without making love. Or abortion, which is to unmake a child. And pornography, which is to unmake love. All of these things, to varying degrees, are incompatible with natural law. That is why all of those things are evils that follow when one does not put all these things together. And that there is no need of doing different things outside of the places we find ourselves. You do not have to engage in sexual activity. You can have self-control. You can live a life relative to giving yourself totally to the Lord. It doesn't mean that you don't suffer from lust or any of the things we've described. That would be kind of goofy. You know, we could talk about truth all night. It's like none of us have, somehow never lied. And simply the knowledge of it doesn't stop that activity. We've all known since we're about 5 years old we shouldn't lie or steal when our moms were telling us that. But that knowledge of that didn't just immediately mean that the rest of our lives those things weren't going on. So it's not that people struggle with different things or get themselves into different areas. And even if we did, God's incredible mercy can put everything back together that's broken always.